Hello, so I've recorded this a few times already, but I've always like forgot to mention something or blah blah blah, so here it goes again. Okay, so this is my piercings and tattoo video. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in I'm gonna try and go chronological order. Okay, so first was my first lobe, both of them. I got them pierced when I was a baby. My mom did them. I recently started gauging them a couple years ago, but then I stopped because I couldn't get from a 2 gauge to a 3 gauge, or stretching gauging, I don't really care. I couldn't get from a 2 to a 0, so I completely stopped. And then I was looking at them again. I'm like, oh my god, why did I ever stop gauging? And then I finally got to 0. That's what I'm at right now. Oh, 0. And then after that I got my cartilages, both of them cartilages, which sounds weird. Both of my cartilages pierced. It sounds funny. A person I know did them. Not really recommended to do that, but like not professionally, but you know, I was a child then. Still a child now, but you know, I know better. I got those pierced with a needle. We did them at her house. They didn't hurt. One bled more than the other. I don't remember which one. I was actually kind of scared. For some reason, I don't know why, because I have all these other piercings now. I don't know. I like to psych myself up for a piercing before I get it. If you know me, then you know, well, that's what I do. So then it doesn't hurt as much, even though, you know, it's not going to hurt at all in the first place, but, you know, whatever. So those, my lobes, I don't remember them. I don't remember actually getting them first pierced. So I don't remember the pain on that, but the gauging, it was about normal, little sting once they get stretch further. But 2 from a 0, worst pain I've ever felt. A lot of people say from like a 6, from an 8 to a 6 is bad, but or a 4 to a 6. Oh, a 6 to a 4 was bad, I don't remember. But the 2 to a 0 was just so painful for me. And then my cartilages, they didn't hurt at all. They were a little sting as well. And then I got my nostril pierced. The same girl who pierced my cartilages did my nostril. Don't recommend that at all either. Get it professionally done. That didn't hurt. I did cry, like, a little after I got it pierced, like, tears were rushing down. Like, not actually, like crying like that, but like, you know, tear ducts, and I don't know, whoever has their nostril pierced knows what I'm talking about. That didn't hurt. Actually, I recommended to like wear nose jewelry, like the same nose jewelry you have, but she had what should we call that? A lip piercing in my nose. Like, she literally put a lip ring in my nose. So I had to go get some. So I went to Walmart and bought a ton of nose studs. I lost all of them. Literally, like, basically all of them, besides like maybe 2. I lost all of them because they just all magically just fell out. So then I started using an earring. This little, oh my gosh, a little earring. For some reason, I don't know why this doesn't fall out, because I bought those twisties, I bought the L-shaped ones, I bought the straight ones. They'll just all come out eventually. And my earrings do fall out, but like, they don't come out as bad as like, the nose rings did. Like, they don't fall out during my sleep, or they don't fall out when I'm walking or whatnot. So, yeah. I don't remember, this was first my second lobe, so I'm just gonna show you my second lobes. Okay, so then I got my second lobes pierced. I actually got these done professionally at Claire's. They were 30 30 together, I think, with the jewelry and everything. They used a gun, which I heard is not very sanitary. Not sanitary, but like safe, because like if you use a gun, it could like, you could hurt your like cartilage or something, and like could mess up like your ear tissue or whatever is in your ear. It can mess that up. So don't recommend going to Claire's. Go to a professional like tattoo shop or something. I mean, it's more sensitive for your cartilages, like your earlobe, like the lobe, your first lobe. You could do that with a gun. It's not recommended, but you know, you can. But like up by your cartilage and stuff, you should always use the needle up there. You can get infected easier. You can mess with your ear cartilage and tissue and stuff in your ears. So yeah, they didn't hurt at all. There was just a little pinch as well. Then my nose, my septum. I pierced that myself at a friend's house. Also not recommended. Like, this whole video is probably just gonna be like not recommended anything. Besides my belly button. But I thought my septum was gonna hurt, but it didn't. I actually had to get it pierced twice. Because the first time we got a thing that was like right down here. It was like a really long thing, and when I got it pierced, I wanted to hide it from my grandpa because he's not a big fan of like septum piercing, talking about bulbs and stuff, and he thinks they're ugly. So I'm just like, whatever. So then I had to hide it, especially because I worked at the time, so they didn't really allow facial jewelry because they didn't even like this one. So I had to hide that one with my glasses all the time, which felt really weird. But yeah, they were definitely not gonna accept this at my job, so I had to get a smaller one, and the smaller ones, I think, the gauge was too small, no, too big maybe for my thing, so I had to like stick the needle through it again and then put the jewelry in it, because I think we lost my hole or something, I don't remember. But, yeah, I had to pierce it twice. And, the first time I kept my needle in my nose for about an hour or something. I know when you go to professional piercer, they don't do that, but since I was like at my friend's house doing it myself, I did the precaution. Go to a professional piercer. Do not do what I did. Then I got my belly button pierced. Yeah. I guess I'll show you that. Yeah. I got that pierced professionally. One of my first professional piercings. Besides my lips, but you know, whatever. My second hole's the one. That one, I also psyched myself up a ton. I thought it was gonna hurt. I almost started having a panic attack. And then it was just a little pinch. Like, the clamps hurt more than the actual needle. It was $30 with piercing. I mean, with the jewelry. That jewelry wasn't included, obviously, but yeah. I bought that at Spencer's for $14 with. They were having their like buy 3 get 3 free or something like that. So I bought a whole bunch of them. Yeah, not really huge stories behind all my piercings or huge like, oh my god, panic attack stories or anything. I'm just, okay, tattoo time. Okay, this is my first tattoo. It's a skull with like flowers, and it's like vines and stuff, and then this wing, one of the wings are abnormal. Like, they're like, not everything's perfect. Like, everyone keeps talking to me, they're like, oh, one of the wings doesn't match the other, and those are sunflowers, and I'm like, they're daisies. But yes, the wings are not matching. I did that on purpose. I wanted to show that my tattoo, not everything is perfect. Even like I think butterflies are such beautiful insects, and they're just gorgeous, and they have such pretty colors and just fly around being weird, like they're caterpillars and then they're butterflies. Like, what? So I wanted to show that not everything is perfect. Like, no matter how beautiful you are, you're not perfect. That's, and then the reason for the sunflowers are not sunflowers, they're daisies. They're my favorite flower. I know they look a lot alike, and most people say, no, daisies are only white. I mean, actually, daisies are a lot of colors. The white daisies are actually the oxeye daisies. But yeah, they're daisies. They have like a little rose on it and stuff. But like my tattoo represents like my depression and anxiety and all this other stuff. Like with me, when I went to therapy, I was taught to like try to make good things out of the bad. Like no matter how bad things are, like you can find something good in it. Like you will learn from it. Like say you have a bad breakup, you will learn from that. Or like your friend is mad at you, you'll learn from it. If you're sad or you cut yourself, like I used to, you'll learn from it like later in life. Like it might seem like you're down in the ruts like right now, but you will get better. Things do get better, even if it's slowly, or like one day you're like awful and the next day you're like that's better than awful. Yeah, I just try to make the good things out of the bad. Like no matter like what's awful today, tomorrow could be better. I just try and think of positive things to get me by, and that's kind of a tattoo that represents everything to me. I got it like kind of over my heart because, you know, that's what basically helps me live every day, is to think that tomorrow could be better. I mean, it might be, it might not be, but I can think that tomorrow will be better. And then my next tattoo was this. It is, oh, this tattoo didn't hurt that much. It was a little pain around my collarbone and stuff, but my Buddhist tattoo, this is a Buddhist symbol. It's an Om or Om symbol. It can also be a Namaste symbol. It represents me becoming a Buddhist, learning the religion or the way of life. Just, this tattoo has like a ton of meaning to me. Like every curve and symbol in this tattoo has a different meaning, but I don't think you guys want to know everything that's like means to me. But it is basically my transformation into becoming Buddhist and living a happy life, and like thinking of ways to like get better. Like each symbol is like each curve and stuff. You have to get through that curve to go to like the higher curves and stuff, like the ultimate absolute. I totally forgot the word. But yeah, and then my last that tattoo, it hurt worse than this one actually. It's a sensitive area, I was told, but I wanted it here. It went over a lot of my nerves. It's kind of a big tattoo. This was $60. This one was $150. A little expensive, but you know, I love it and it's really colorful. Yeah. And yeah, it went over a lot of nerves. It felt like bee stings, but it wasn't like super like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, you need to stop. And then the last tattoo I just recently got, this tattoo was in April. This tattoo was a couple weeks ago, the week before the end of the July. And then I got this one. However you want to look at it, like it's a semicolon. I got that. Like, I don't know if a lot of you have heard of like the Semicolon project, but it's a big thing now, I guess. I didn't hear about it until like after I decided to get my semicolon tattoo. Like, I had been wanting my semicolon tattoo for a while now, like 5 or 6 years, maybe. I don't know, I've been wanting a semicolon for like ever. But there's this whole thing on about it now. There's like a whole bunch of projects, and like it's mostly about like depression and suicide and stuff. Like what a semicolon is like, it's used to where like you could put a period there, but instead of putting a period you continue on your sentence. So like the semicolon represents how I tried to commit suicide, how I was depressed, how I cut myself, and like just all these different things like that I wanted to like represent. Like, it's a small tattoo, but it means so, so much to me. I love it a lot. Like, it represents, like, my failed suicide attempts, or everybody's failed suicide attempts. Like I said, the semicolon could be used to put a period there, but it ends up being, like, conjoining another sentence to it. So, like, your story isn't over is what I see a lot. Like, just because you try to commit suicide doesn't mean, like, you need to, like, doesn't mean your story's over. Like, I know somebody famous just died of a suicide attempt. It's sad. Like, how happy people could be, and then they just turn around and, like, they're really depressed inside. And it touches me, because I'm the same way. But I show I'm not really, the one to, like, but yeah, this video's really long. But yeah, I plan to get more tattoos and piercings, so be sure to look at that in later videos if I ever do an update, or if you guys want to do an update of me doing it. So, oh, my hair just looks ugly. So, much love. XOXO.